I bet most of us have spent more time writing English than speaking English, and that's exactly why in today's video I'm going to talk about I'm going to write about some commonly used abbreviations in writing. For example, E.G is what I'm talking about. It is the abbreviation of the Latin phrase exempli gratia, which is E.G. lowercase, and it means for example. You know, back when I was a kid, I used to remember it. I used to call it example given. I thought it was example given. Well, that will help you in remembering the meaning of this abbreviation, but it's actually for example. That's what it means. To talk about an example, for example, I would say I prefer native fruits, for example, mangoes, jackfruits, over exotic ones. Next one is that is, which is I.E. Now, talking about the expansion of this abbreviation, it is also a Latin phrase which is id est. That's what it is. Id est, which means that is, or in other words. To give you an example for this, I would say, you should have called me during office hours. That is between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. So moving on to the next one, it is NB. Now, talking about NB, I think you are familiar with this. You must have seen this. NB can be written in block letters with dots, or small letters with dots, or capital letters without dots. Okay, there are three ways to write NB. Now, it is also an abbreviation of a Latin phrase which is nota bene, which means mark well or note well. In simple words, it's used before a sentence or a message which is really important to catch the reader's attention. That's what it is used for. It's used before something that's really important. That is nota bene, or mark well or note well. That's what it means. To give an example, I would say NB. After writing NB, we can say application submitted after 20th of August will not be considered. All right, so moving on to the next one. Now this one is kind of interesting. It is PS. PS. Now the rule for writing PS is that you can use PS with or without dots, but it always has to be in block letters. Okay, so PS has to be in block letters. It should always be used in block letters. All right, now PS means post-scriptum. That is the Latin word, post-scriptum. Now, the usage of PS, let me talk about the origin of this phrase. Now, back in the day when computers were not invented, they used to use typewriters for typing letters. And what if, we miss out something, when we forgot to add something and we finish the letter? That's when we use PS at the end to add something more to the letter. That's when we use PS or post-scriptum. But nowadays we don't have to do that because we have got computers and we can edit the text. But still we use PS to add a funny afterthought, or we use it to add something that's important so that the reader won't skim over the text, right? So finally, I think I'm done with all Latin abbreviations that I've listed out for you, but I've got to add one more, which is not a Latin abbreviation. It is an English abbreviation, which is AKA. Well, talking about the pronunciation of this, it's not AKA, it's AKA. You have to pronounce each and every letter individually. It's AKA. Now, about writing AKA, you can use either capital letters or small letters. So you can use dots, or you can choose to not use dots. So it means also known as. It's the abbreviation of also known as, and it's used when we talk about a person's nickname or pseudonym or aliases. Speaking about aliases, there is a movie, Sagar alias Jackie. When we say Sagar aka Jackie, it means the same, all right? So that was it, guys. I hope this video was informative, and in case you want to know more details about the courses that we offer here at English House, you can click on the link in the description. Thank you so much.
English House. English at your fingertips.